Hey guys, it's Siobhan with To Kitty and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing monthly readings for October 2019, and this is for Scorpio. Now that can apply to Scorpio sun, moon, or rising, or if you just felt called to click on this video, then there's probably some messages here for you. Now keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not all of the messages are going to apply to everybody. Just take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me, all of the information will be in the description box below to get a little bit more in detail. All right, so Scorpio, let's see what is going on for you in the month of October. What you're working on, what you're going towards, what you're coming out of. Let us see. Okay. So Scorpio, your current self is coming up as the Death card. That's interesting because I saw this in the pre-shuffle a couple of times, and then I remembered that the Death card is Scorpio. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So the theme of the month is the Ace of Wands. The key goal is the Seven of Pentacles. The obstacle to overcome is the Page of Cups. The major accomplishment is the Page of Pentacles. What to avoid is the Three of Wands. What to embrace, we have the Judgment card. Where to find support, we have the Hermit. And last but not least, advice and encouragement is the Queen of Cups. Okay, so Scorpio, current self being the Death card, this is an energy of transformation. So there's a transition that you may be going through, especially with this Ace of Wands. It's the ending of something in the past. It was the ending of something, of a cycle that it's just time for it to end, and you've got a new opportunity coming in. And this seems to be a theme for everybody, or at least most. I know that the last two readings that I did were very much focused on this new beginning. There was a lot of aces coming forward. So Virgo got the Ace of Pentacles and Libra got the Ace of Cups, and now you guys are getting the Ace of Wands. So especially if you have any of those signs in your moon, rising, or whatever, I would check out all of those videos if they resonate with you. They can give you additional guidance. But basically this Death card for you guys is it's you. It's what you do. You are good at transforming. You are good at going through these processes of letting things go, of letting things fall away, because what comes after death? Rebirth. It's only ever a transition. When we leave the physical body, we go back into the spiritual realm, into the consciousness of at an energetic level. When one thing ends, it gives us an opportunity for a new beginning. So there's only ever transition. And that's kind of where you guys are at right now with that current self energy. And the theme of the month being around, again, this new beginning. So the Ace of Wands is here as an opportunity. This is something that you can tap into and grasp, but you do have to take the initiative to take the opportunity to grasp it, to do something with it. Because oftentimes these aces come in, and if these opportunities aren't taken, then they just fall away. And the universe will try again, or you will create more things to begin anew with, but there's lots of opportunities. It's about being aware of them and then seizing the opportunity. The Ace of Wands in particular is about creativity. So this is about you being able to express yourself creatively, express yourself in a passionate way. This can be like a sexual awakening as well as a creative awakening. So we can express ourselves creatively in many different ways. It doesn't have to be through art. It can be through sexuality. It can be through all sorts of different creativity. We can express ourselves at a mental level, at a spiritual level, emotional level, at a physical level. So it is whatever you choose, but the Ace of Wands is particularly about what you're fiery and passionate about. What gives you drive? What makes you want to get up in the morning and do stuff? What is your passion? What is your purpose? This is a new beginning in this realm that is giving you the opportunity to move forward. So the key goal here, though, is the Seven of Pentacles, which is about being patient with the process, because it's an ace. You know, it's not the full cycle completion, it's the beginning. So you're going through this transition right now, which is part of the process. And then the next step in the process is to seize the opportunity, and then you go from there. There's each step until you get to the goal. And you can't really skip steps. There's no shortcuts. You do have to kind of play by the natural order of things to get to the level of accomplishment that's required. And that takes patience, perseverance, and attention to detail. So that's what this Seven of Pentacles is about. Like, she's assessing whether these things are ready to harvest. Not quite yet, and she's going to continue to tend them until they are ready to harvest. So the obstacle, if I can pick it up, the obstacle to overcome is the Page of Cups. And you have two pages side by side here. Page of Cups being about an emotional new way of looking at things, or training in an emotional new way. And the Page of Pentacles being about about physical new beginnings and learning to do things in a new way when it comes to finances or your personal body or your environment or your work. So we've got these two aspects of new beginnings, and these pages kind of represent and they hold a lot of that Fool energy. So it's this new beginning, which does require a leap of faith. You do have to put yourself out there. You have to try new things, and emotional new things and physical new things, as well as these things that are aligned with your passions. It's all connected. So it's really just about putting yourself outside of your comfort zone to do new things, try new things, learn a new skill. Pages are their students, they're training. You know, they're not the bosses yet, they're the trainees, but that's how you get to the top. You have to start somewhere. No matter if you're starting over, if you're starting from scratch, it's the same. It's still going to get you to that point of being the boss. It just takes a little bit longer. That's why the patience card is here with the Seven of Pentacles. It does take a little bit of effort. It does take persistence and consistency being number one, and courage. So don't doubt your abilities, even if they're not where you'd like them to be just yet. You're going through a transformation, and that's part of the process, is learning your strengths as well as your weaknesses. Okay. So that was, okay, so yeah, Page of Pentacles being specifically the major accomplishment. So you've got the obstacle to overcome being the Page of Cups, which is facing your fear and stepping out into this new territory and this new skill. And then the major accomplishment being the Page of Pentacles. So this is learning a new skill, like a physical new skill. This could be starting a new job. This could be starting a new diet plan, trying to eat healthier. This can be moving houses, but these are messengers as well. So these are messages that are coming in for you if you seek to listen to them. And the Page of Pentacles asks you to try to assuage your self-doubt and move more into the self-confidence realm. So now, what to avoid? We have the Three of Wands. So avoid the self-doubt that comes within the waiting process, within the patience, because this Three of Wands he's a merchant, and he's sent out his boats across the ocean to deliver his goods. He doesn't know whether those goods are going to make it there. He doesn't know how much he's going to get for them, or whether the money's going to make it back for him. He's just made a significant investment, and he's got some fears as to how everything's going to play out. This is a big investment for him. And so this is what you're doing emotionally and physically. It's a new investment for sure. And so yeah, there can be some fear with that, or some self-doubt. So especially with the major accomplishment being with the Page of Pentacles, this is about finding the self-confidence, even though you're not quite at the level that you'd like to be yet, or you still have a lot of work to do. Have confidence in the fact that you can get to that end goal, and avoid feeling that sense of dread or fear around whether or not this will pay off for you, because the fact that you're on the journey is part of the return on the investment itself. It's not just the end goal. The journey itself is of utmost importance. So keep the faith at every step of the process. So what to embrace? You have the Judgment card. So this is really embracing this call to action. This is embracing your higher self, leading you in a direction that's going to be more in alignment with what your soul wants, with what your passions are, with what your purpose is here on this earth. It's not necessarily what your human mind wants, but it very well may be in alignment with that, which in that case, full steam ahead. But the Judgment card is like a higher calling. It's higher judgment coming in and allowing us, if we listen to it, to shift, to change our direction. So discerning between what it is that we want and what it is that we need. Because you can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you will get what you need. The Beatles really were, they knew what they were talking about, and it's true. So it's listening to the call. It's hearing that guidance that's coming through for you from above or from within. And that's what's leading you through this death process and giving you this new opportunity if you choose to accept it. And where to find support on that note is the Hermit. So how can we listen to our inner guidance? Well, you have to go within. You have to create the space for this information or these guiding voices to come through. So the Hermit card is about walking that path. And yeah, it's a little bit treacherous on either side, especially when you're just starting out and you don't necessarily have the confidence in the level of your skill that you would like to have. But the Hermit asks you to look within, finding that inner knowledge and that inner wisdom, because he's not a young page. He's mature, he's wise, he's lived through the trials and tribulations of life, and that's what has given him the perspective that he needs. You do have this as well, because you may be here in a physical body, learning a new skill, or you may feel inexperienced in some aspects, but I know for a fact that your soul is ancient and that you have a lot of wisdom that you can have to tap into if you so choose. If you let the old things to fall away and you embrace that call that comes from within to tap into that inner knowledge that you do have. So again, the Hermit card is about creating the space for that to happen. So meditation, time alone, spending time with your thoughts, really looking inward, because that's where that guiding light is to help you along your path. And last but not least, the advice and encouragement is the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is this very emotional, abundant energy. She's also very psychic. She's a water sign, and the water is very in tune with energy. It's very in tune with the subconscious mind, as well as with the other realms of being, with the energetic realms of being. So this Queen of Cups, she's a really good interpreter of symbolism, archetypes, and information that comes through when you tune into your higher self through that Hermit phase. So the Queen of Cups, she's also a really good counselor. So she intuits information very accurately. And that's why, because she's able to interpret these things, these archetypes and symbolism, and glean meaning from abstract details within life. And so that's how she's able to learn and to continue to move forward. And she knows intuitively, she can feel what's going to work for her and what's not. So the Queen of Cups, being the advice and encouragement, is to tap into this aspect of yourself. And this is the feminine aspect, which we all have. The feminine aspect being very creative, very intuitive, very connected, very holistic in their way of thinking. Rather than versus the masculine aspect of this water sign, which would be a little bit more linear, more hands-on. So this is a very receptive energy. And that's another thing that I'm seeing with this bottom row in particular. It's about receptivity. So how receptive are you to this information that's coming in? How receptive are you to the calls that you're hearing from within? And that's interesting, I accidentally just said healing. How receptive are you to your own healing? How receptive are you to starting from scratch? Do you resist that out of fear, out of ego? Oh, I'm better than that kind of thing. So it's really about looking at your receptivity and how all of these things apply to you. This is a transitionary process. You do have this new opportunity. So tune into your intuitive information. Scorpio, you are a water sign. It does come naturally to you. You can tune into this transformation process and really feel what it is that's going to help you as you move forward and have the patience to be able to continue to move forward. All right, guys, so that is your reading for the month of October. I hope that this resonated with you. And or if you would like something a little bit more personal, I do have options for that as well in the description box below for my services and offerings. I've got email readings, pre-recorded video readings, and live Skype readings for tarot, and then as well as the Reiki healing sessions, which are very much more in-depth at a soul level to the blockages that are creating resistance or things that can help you to transition and step onto your true spiritual path and purpose. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate the support and the patience with me and these readings. As of last month, it was a little bit spotty, but this month we're back on track. I love you guys, and we'll see you next month. Bye.